How often do each of us consider the air we breathe? Certainly not often. Have you or a loved one ever had difficulty breathing, lung disease, asthma, or experienced being short of breath? Here at the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management, Office of Air Resources, we not only think about the air you breathe, we measure it every day. For many pollutants, we measure it every minute, hour, and day of the year. Ambient air quality has been monitored at a network of stations in the state of Rhode Island since 1968. Since then, the network has grown in size and scope to understand Rhode Island's air quality. The laboratory serves as a command center for all of our field sites, equipment, data, and lab scientists. Data measured at our field sites is recorded on data loggers and transmitted online back to the lab. Other pollutants have to be sampled and collected at the field sites and analyzed on special equipment back at the lab. To keep a large fleet of instruments running smoothly requires the do-it-yourself technical skills of our lab scientists and field technicians. This team deploys, maintains, calibrates, and repairs all different types of equipment and does much of the work outdoors year-round. In terms of your health, two of the most important pollutants measured are ozone and fine particles. On-site weather stations provide information on movement of pollutants. For some, exposure to poor air quality may require a visit to the emergency room due to an asthma attack or cardiovascular distress, especially when summer ozone reaches unhealthy levels. High ozone can especially impact children, the elderly, those with existing lung conditions, and vigorous outdoor exercisers or workers. Particle pollution is also a health problem all year round when weather patterns cause the air to become stagnant. Fine particles are smaller than the width of a human hair and are small enough to get deep into the lungs and bloodstream. Both of these pollutants are monitored by on-site instrumentation that provides us with near real-time data. But ozone and particle pollution are just a small portion of what's measured. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has established national standards for ozone, particle pollution, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, and lead. These are also known as the criteria pollutants, and EPA has established levels that are safe for us to breathe. We measure those pollutants as well as other toxics emitted by vehicles, factories, and other sources. On-site pumps constantly draw in ambient air to analyzers, designed to measure many pollutants that are continuously recorded and available immediately. Samples of air toxics and other specific pollutants are collected at least on a weekly basis. The point is, we're continuously gathering quite a bit of data on the quality of the air in Rhode Island. Take a look at the map, which gives a basic overview of the network of 8 sites. Each site serves a very specific purpose. As you can see, there is a density of sites within Providence and downwind of Providence. Providence and the surrounding areas tend to have the highest readings of most pollutants due to proximity to industrial sources and vehicle congestion. But it's also important to know the air quality in other parts of the state and how much pollution is blowing into Rhode Island. This pollution is called transport, which makes our rural and coastal monitors just as important. As much of the ozone precursor pollutants and particle pollution in Rhode Island's air originates from upwind power plants and very densely populated states in the Northeast Corridor. Why do we monitor the air? For starters, the measurements tell us whether our state is in compliance with federal air quality standards and whether toxics pose any public health concerns. Trends in air pollution levels inform DEM on which control programs are making a difference and where to focus more attention. All of our data is publicly available upon request to anyone interested in studying air quality in Rhode Island or nationwide. Since air quality is highly dependent on the weather and which way the wind blows, Rhode Island DEM also tracks and forecasts air quality. For ozone and fine particles, a daily forecast is prepared and made public on Rhode Island DEM's website, airnow.gov, and the Rhode Island DEM Air Quality Facebook page. You can even receive automated email forecasts through a free service called EnviroFlash. In summary, the collaborative between Rhode Island DEM and Rhode Island Department of Health has been measuring your air in Rhode Island, which has been steadily improving for many years, so you can breathe a little easier.